Now, after they arrived, the Saudis served some coffee, but while everyone else drank theirs, Donald Trump just held his in his hand the whole time. Look at that. Look at that, right? It looks like he was waiting to give a urine sample to the nurse. Honestly, I get it. Unfamiliar coffee on a trip is risky. One sip is all it takes to go from traveler's constipation to traveler's, you guys go without me, I'm gonna hang out in the room for a while. That being said, Trump maybe regretted not taking that caffeine shot a few minutes later.
Mohammed bin Salman is saying we need a resolution on a Palestinian state. And I don't necessarily recall several years ago, pre-October 7th, as that being a demand that he had necessarily stated publicly. Do you think his position has changed, or do you think the way he has expressed himself, has that changed?
The Trump administration is preparing to accept a super luxury Boeing jumbo jet from the royal family of Qatar.
That luxury jumbo jet, which has a value estimated at $400 million, the aircraft would be used by President Trump as a new Air Force One and then transferred to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation shortly before he leaves office.
What? Qatar is giving us a plane that Trump gets to keep. He's like the reverse Oprah. I get a jet, and that's it. I get a jet.
It's known as the most luxurious private jet in the world, described as a flying palace. It features the biggest master bedroom in the sky, as well as some very plush living quarters and several private offices. Some of the 9 bathrooms on board have full showers and even a bidet.
I didn't even know water could go there. Okay.
But the Saudi crown prince is not without baggage. Just a few years ago that he murdered an American journalist, so I'm sure the president will keep a healthy distance from the crown prince.
I like him a lot. I like him too much. That's why we give so much, you know? Too much. I like you too much.
Yeah, I agree. You might like him too much. Regardless, you know what? It was a very nice start to this trip abroad, where he'll visit not just Saudi Arabia, but then Qatar and then the UAE. But you might be wondering, why did Trump pick these countries for his first foreign trip? Well, there's a strong geopolitical balance of... I'm f***ing with you! Corruption!
His sons, who now run the Trump Organization, have lucrative real estate deals in the works in all 3 countries the president is visiting.
Yeah, the Trump boys have projects in all 3 countries. I never thought I'd say this, but can't these countries go back to doing something more constructive, like funding terrorism?
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight.
That took a turn. Well, what else can you tell us about this friend who's very famous, successful businessman?
Brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drug.
Do you read any of your briefings? He takes the fat shot. I got another friend, brilliant real estate mogul. He takes the dick stiff pills. I'm sorry, continue the story about this fat of a friend of yours.
And he called me up and he said, President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working.
Robert Kennedy Jr. may be Secretary of Health and Human Services, but if you want to stay healthy, don't go swimming in a sewage-contaminated creek, and for sure don't take your grandkids in there.
That creek that RFK Jr. is splashing around in isn't exactly pristine. In fact, it's a sewer runoff and is polluted with widespread fecal contamination. But in this photo, RFK Jr. is totally submerged.
I mean, at this point, it's like RFK Jr. is going out of his way to be gross. Does he just go on Google Maps and search disgusting things near me? These pictures are so wild. The fact that he went swimming in jeans is the most normal part of this story. And maybe if he was just taking a fecal dip himself, we'd let it slide. But he brought his grandkids. And as a parent, this is a whole new level of grandparent overstepping. Usually it's just like, we asked you not to give the kids candy. Not, we asked you not to take them swimming in E. coli-tainted sewage runoff.
Then we got RFK Jr., another goofy mother. Don't let them muscles fool you. He's a piece of shit. No, literally a piece of shit. This man swims in sewage like a Ninja Turtle. And they're gonna try to teach us about health?
Seed oil is one of the components of processed foods, and all the science indicates that ultra-processed foods are the principal culprit.
Why the you sound like that? What's wrong with your voice? You don't sound healthy. You talk like you on a bad phone line. Hang up! I don't understand what you're saying. And I can't believe this man is from the Kennedys. I thought the Kennedys had swag. Why we got the T-Moose Kennedy?
This morning, Donald Trump said goodbye to Qatar, but not before making an appearance at an American military base where he sashayed for the soldiers. Oh, look at that. That's sexy, right? Oh, that's sexy, yeah. Show the boys what we're fighting for over there, right? Sexy baby. Trump has been receiving a huge welcome at each stop on this tour. Saudi Arabia gave him a horse guard. Qatar gave him horses and camels and a sword dancing ceremony. UAE, you got a lot to live up to. Show us what you got. What the is that? A group audition for a Pantene commercial? Is that a threat? Like, work with us or we'll clog your drains?